try. I know it's been a long time, you lost your feelings. They died, they've been waiting, trying to take my girl, she mine. Gotta get out of this place, goodbye. You would get it, understand my I got some plans, so can you stand by? Trust me, I think I'ma understand what I'ma do. Every time I make a track, it's always something new.
What's good?
What's this?
It's Sparks. It's the collective.
Where you at?
We at the RapDen.
Okay. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing better than I deserve. What about you?
That's good. You know I'm doing good, man. Blessed, man. The RapDen welcomes Sparks. Sparks, man. How you spell your name for the people that don't know?
S-P-A-R-K-S. Look me up.
S-P-A-R-K-S. Okay, man. And for the people that don't know, the RapDen is sponsored by Papo's Pop-Up Shop, which does sponsor a lot of exotic treats shipped over from the Ukraine. So that's pretty big. And also Exotic Pop, which is the drinks that's sitting right in front of y'all right now. They also sponsor in at the RapDen. Aloha Liquor Store as well, and 43rd Whitey Chest Bleed, lotions and salves. So listen, we gonna get straight into this interview, man. Sparks, man, where you from?
Palaca, Florida. Some people call it Blimp.
Okay, you from Palaca, Florida. How long have you been doing music?
2 years.
2 years. Okay. That's real, man. And what inspired you to do music?
Well, to be honest with you, X and Juice died, so I kind of felt like somebody needed to step up. And I'm not saying I could even compare to them, really. I'm just thankful to be here in the first place. But some of my favorite artists died, and I felt like there wasn't really any good music coming out. So at a certain point, I feel like I had to do it myself, to be honest.
Okay. And to touch points on what you said, who exactly is your favorite artist? Local or famous, it don't really matter.
That's rough. That's gotta be, it's gonna be XXXTentacion or Kanye. It's one or the other.
Okay, Kanye West. Okay. So who they inspired you to do music, or?
X, yeah.
X
The younger rappers were more inspiring. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay, you good. So, how would you describe your rap sound, like your style?
Ain't really. You just gotta hear it. Ain't really much of a style. Some people call it emo rap. Some people call it mumble rap. Some people call it everything under the sun. But in reality, it's just my own style, to be honest with you. People call me Slim Shady. People call me MGK. People call me White Juice World. I heard all that shit.
Okay. So what makes you different from the other millions of rappers that's out rapping right now?
Well, we gotta cut that down to numbers, to be honest with you. I mean, I ain't really one to exalt myself too much. I try to stay humble, so I usually don't like to talk about things too much. But that's probably one difference right there, the fact that I try to be humble. A lot of these jits don't be acting humble. They just anytime they get a chance to brag, they on top of it. And if you keep acting like that, God ain't gonna give you a chance to brag. Let's be real. But I don't even want to say too much, actually, because at the end of the day, I really like everybody, and I hope the best for everybody. So, honestly, all my rappers who flex, I love y'all too, because I used to be exactly like that too, so I can't even talk down on it. I'm fighting my own demons, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I just think I'm going to put out consistently forever until I'm topping the charts, until my mission is complete. Because I'm on a mission. I'm going to keep dropping until I get there. Ain't no turning back. A lot of people don't want to have dreams because it's easier not to have dreams than to have dreams and fail at getting those dreams.
Okay,
I ain't scared to fail. I refuse. I'm gonna get the shit done.
That's real. So humility and consistent work separation.
Of course, everything. I mean, everybody.
Being humble. So man, listen, man. I see you got a cup over there. What kind of cup you sipping out of over there, man?
You already know what we sipping out of. This is the RapDen interviews cup. Look at this.
Man.
They got their own
cups. And
cups.
look, man, I'm checking out your drip right now, man. You got on fur. What's the hat, man? Tell me what's good with the hat. You got that? What's that? What is that? What did it say? Spark up.
You already know what it is. It's a collective.
Okay.
We've been doing this.
Okay,
Y'all know about the collective. I'm gonna keep punching this in. It's the collective. You know about it. It's a thing. If you're not with it, then you against it. You choosing sides. Let's be honest. At this point, this shit been in your face. It's been in your face nonstop.
Okay, so it's the collective. Spark Up, is that your own brand?
It's my own brand.
Okay, so how would the people like purchase some of that, and what all do you have?
Hit me up on Snapchat. Hit me up on Instagram.
And what's your Snapchat and Instagram?
Snapchat is Parker Wright 123, all one word. My Instagram is just Sparks Made It, and it's in one word. You can buy these off me out here. It goes for like $30 each. I got t-shirts, I got bucket hats, I got safari hats. This is the safari hat right here, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing this. We rocking the fur. We got the hat on. You want a hat? Come see me, come find me.
Okay. I see you dripped out, man. You got on your chains. You swagging. You got on your pearls over there, man. You swaggadacious.
You already
right
know what you already know how we coming.
That's real,
we moving
man.
smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying?
So listen, man. Since you've been doing music, what has been one of your most biggest and most memorable accomplishments, and how did it make you feel?
To be honest, it was probably when we went to Europe. We did a tour around Europe. I went with Whitey and Theolodge. You already know. Shout out my boy Whitey. That's my boy to the grave.
That's a good guy.
I owe him the world right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I owe that man the world. I'm very thankful to him. That's my boy till we die. Honestly, that's family.
So you went on tour?
We went on tour in Europe.
Okay, where did you go?
We went to Elsinore, Denmark. We went to Copenhagen, Denmark. We stayed in the London airport for 14 hours. I couldn't even buy we was waiting overnight. All the stores were closed. I had to wait till the morning just to get some jewel pods. I'm sitting here waiting all night in the airport, waiting till the morning time. Now I'm smoking on mango pies. You can't even get that shit here in America. You cannot get those in America.
So how was that feeling to be able to go overseas, man? And did you perform?
Yeah.
You performed, okay. How was that feeling?
It's crazy. To be honest, seeing everybody love my music going over there is kind of like, I was told the other day, and I agree with it full-heartedly, that it's kind of like going back in time. A lot of people over there in Europe, they're not really up to date, like, on what's going on with the rap world, and they hear something like me. I'm evolved, like I'm a very, very evolved artist even for America. But like I'd imagine them hearing something that's like fresh out of 2022, that like this is it. This is what's going on right now. They're just is so far from what they can even imagine. It's even far from what a lot of Americans can even imagine. But what artists nowadays, kind of like Yeet and people like Sofego and a lot of these new kids coming in, I think that it's a little bit more imaginable for a lot of Americans. But people over in Europe, most of them aren't really tapped in with that. Now some of them are, but those are a special few. It's not really, there's not as many people tapped into all that.
Okay. So you said that the people really was meant, they embraced your music. Did you take merch over there and sell any of it, or was you successful at that, or like?
Yeah, we actually sold quite a bit of merch, to be honest. It was Spark Up, the whole collective. We was there. We was at the shows, had the merch. a lot of it basically was all gone by the time we came back. I had to save a couple shirts for some of my homies. I promised shirts and people I promised merch, but it basically sold out while we was over there.
Man, you did something that even rappers that sign nowadays haven't been able to tap in and do. Like, you went overseas and was able to, you know, not only experience the culture, but also be able to spread your craft amongst, you know, people that didn't even know you existed. Man, that's wild. That's very wild. How did it make you feel, man? Do you feel accomplished?
I feel thankful, but it's just the start.
That's real, man. I like your humble spirit too, bro. Keep that. Keep that. Do you feel like learning the music business is essential?
More essential than the music, damn near.
Why?
You can have the best music ever. Now, God could bless you. I ain't saying everything possible. I ain't saying nothing's impossible. That's for sure. But in this industry, let's be honest, everything's business. Business acumen is going to take you further than anything. Look at Smiley. Let's be honest. He's garbage. Let's be real. Have you like Smiley when you listen to Smiley? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean to diss him like that. You know, I'm sure if you seeing this, I love you. You know what I mean? You know, if you seeing this, I'm sorry. I ain't trying to do you like that.
He has music for he has a genre for his music. Like it's a group of people that will love his music. I feel like everybody have somebody that will adapt to their music.
Yeah.
Like it's just no way around it. Even if it takes some time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you could tell your younger rapper something from 3 years ago to the rapper that you are now today, what would you tell yourself?
Invest in Bitcoin. But besides that, I would say don't take any breaks. Don't take no breaks. Those songs that you took too long to drop, you should drop them immediately. It's like all new artists, you getting songs that you know you want to drop, but you haven't dropped it yet. You just got it sitting in your files. Like you went to the studio, you got some studio time, and you're just scared to drop it. I'm gonna tell you right now, and you're thinking I'm gonna wait, or you're procrastinating dropping something, I'm gonna tell you, drop in real time. It's gonna help you out a ton. Just drop all the music you got, drop it sporadically and drop it consistently, and really just don't take any breaks.
That's real, man. Do you how you know, since you came back from Europe, have you been dropping more consistently, and like have you seen your numbers go up a little more?
To an extent, leading up until us going to Europe, I saw it going insane. But we just got back the other day, so I haven't gotten a chance to drop everything under the sun. But like, right before we left, I was able to drop like every 3 days. But I have a little bit of a different strategy now. I'm just gonna keep making songs as much as I always do. Just keep making them a bunch, but then sporadically drop them out like once a week. And do that for literally ever. Just make music as long as I make music. Take every song that meets the quality control, and that, because I know my fans just want to hear more music by me. They want to hear, they as long as it exists, they kind of want to hear it. Let's be honest, like all the artists who have like leaked songs and stuff, I understand label issues, but at the end of the day, like I feel like a lot of these artists, it'd take them a lot further if they fed their fans more often, and they just would consistently drop things on whether it's SoundCloud or anything, because that creates its own vibe that a lot of people really, really like. And I wouldn't I'm just making sure I'm gonna do it smart. Make sure doing once a week for basically ever. The Russ method, I guess.
Okay, so consistently putting out. Man, so when you was overseas, man, did you have a chance to learn any new language or trying any of the foreign foods? Like, what did you like best, and like, what did you didn't like? Tell us about that experience.
It was trying everything under the sun.
What all did you try?
To be honest with you, it was in Denmark a lot of the time, so I can't even remember the name of all the foods, but we went to, they're big over there on cafes, so we ended up going to some cafes. We ended up like, some of the soda over there is crazy. They don't drink Sprite in Denmark really. The Sprite kind of takes off. So they drink this Danish soda. It's called Foxy Candy, but I'm not gonna lie to you, Foxy Candy is gas. If you ever in Denmark, make sure you get some Foxy, cause you gonna like it. Foxy Candy, Foxy Candy.
That's real, man. That's
Foxy
real.
Candy.
If you can get signed to any label today, who would you get signed to?
If you would have asked me this question like a week ago, I probably would have said Little Bibby. Just because I thought Juice WRLD was so well marketed and he was doing really good. But then I just found out some stuff the other day about how Juice was probably getting exploited to send their drugs overseas and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to veto Lil Bibby at this point. But I would probably say DJ Drama and Don Cannon. So our generation, that would probably be my favorite label as far as I can see.
And being a young artist, because you said you're how old?
20.
Okay, you're 20 years old. You still have a lot of, a long way to go with doing this music, man. Have you ever had thoughts about the Double XL?
Yeah, that's a dream, honestly. I would love to be on Double XL. As long as I felt like the people on there were my peers, I would absolutely love to do Double XL at some point. I mean, if they ever hit me up, but they've been doing a pretty bad job lately about like hitting people up on time and in the right generation. Like I feel like last year they missed being able to put in like Sofago, Yeet, a bunch of the new rappers, Sleepy Hollow. I don't even think they still put Sleepy Hollow on there, but if they hit the mark this year, they will be on like a good footing. And no matter what, really, I always grew up watching like the Double XL ciphers and seeing the magazine cover. So no matter what was going on, really, I'd love to be on Double XL just because that's a childhood dream of mine.
Okay, what song are you currently pushing right now?
I have one coming out on Monday.
What is it called?
I could think of a title right now. Beginning line, I said, go to thrifts, try to stay away from street clothes. So I could call it like street clothes or something like that.
Okay, what does that saying mean? Go to thrifts, try to stay away from street clothes.
You know what I mean? I just think...
What does that mean?
I'm gonna get some people mad at me for this.
Nobody ain't gonna get mad.
My Supreme heads, I love y'all. I love y'all to death because I'm a Supreme head too. I used to resell Supreme growing up. I would be at the drops every week. I didn't live close to the store, but I would literally be in my high school class on the Supreme website trying to cop on Thursday mornings. And I really love all my Supreme heads, my Bape heads, all the Hype Beast brands or whatnot, because I stay with y'all at the end of the day, but I think it's a little bit played out at this point. So me in current day, my style's just evolved past street clothes. Even though I used to love them, and I still love them, they got a special place in my heart. I feel like everybody got to evolve, and we're going past the street clothes era.
So you're on the thrifting era?
Yeah, that's the best way.
Okay, Thrift Daddy on your Michael Moore shit.
You already know. This is the thing, I don't even like that because I think it's a bit corny, and most people don't associate me with corny, so I try to stay out of... you always, as a rapper, of course, you try to stay away from that. So you try to be your genuine self and just keep your genuine self away from corny. But Malcolm Moore did have a point when he talked about the thrift shop. I ain't gonna lie to you. He do got a point.
Okay,
but he made it corny though.
question, like, where's your music more gravitated towards at? Is it like the hood? Is it like more emo kids, more gamers type, or like more like punk rap? Like, who like gravitates more to your music?
A lot of the emo kids love me, so at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of my listeners have been like Juice WRLD fans, people of the XXX Tentacion fans, Playboy Cardi fans, Lil Uzi fans. A lot of the people who listen to my music has definitely been geared toward that. But a lot of the people I met in real life, it usually ends up being a lot of the hood people who really do like my music. But at the same time, like, and I'm always happy to see it. Like, and that's who I've shown really the most support to me. Just being over here in Florida. We in Gainesville, Florida right now. And I grew up in Palatka. So I'm like forever thankful. But a lot of times whenever I started my music, I was from an area where a lot of the music that was going on was like hood music, because it was in Palatka. And I love a lot of it too. A lot of my friends, when I started rapping, I grew in friendships with a lot of those people in Palatka, a lot of those connections. Shout out 4K Bill, shout out Shooter Sean, shout out Chubby Stacks, shout out to all my Palatka rappers. You know I love y'all forever. But it was crazy. I started rapping in Palatka because I felt like there was no rapper from the area who had that emo rap sound to it, like that sound that I really love. And I'm like so glad that a lot of people have gravitated towards it, but it's really all genres too. And a lot of the people who are in the emo scene around me just usually got more egos, which makes me tend to stay away from them if I feel any type of way. I'm not saying, and I'm not sensitive to it either, because I'm used to dealing with all the egos and stuff like that. It just depends on, for people to even link up and get things done, there's got to be a certain level of respect and humbleness that goes to it to be able to get business done in the first place. So whatever you can do to get the most business done, get the most stuff done, is always in your best interest. And I feel like a lot of the people around me who are like in the same scene as me, like who had the same similar sounds, that doesn't exist. That's why a lot of people nearby have been more that's why a lot of my listeners, and at least the proximity close to us, is a lot of hood people. But around the US, it's the emo scene, the SoundCloud scene. At the end of the day, it's just SoundCloud rap.
Okay. Well, I've actually seen people blow up off of SoundCloud rap, so, yeah. Man, you've been doing interviews, man. You had a couple radio shows I've seen too overseas as well. How did that go?
That was crazy.
Okay, you moving fast.
We was over there. Whitey had introduced me into it. It was Theo was there. Theo, of course, gonna be sitting over in the corner just drinking tea. This man, I get over there. I'm overseas for the first time. He's telling me I should get bougie on him when I get back and start drinking tea. This man would go everywhere and order a hot pot of water. He'd bring tea bags with him. This man would carry tea bags around with him, go everywhere, ask for a hot pot of water, or he'd just be asking him for tea straight up if it's a place that got tea. And just be sipping. Saw him eating little airplane cookies too. I ain't gonna lie.
Tea and milk.
They be, yeah, out there they're bougie out here. You go with all these international artists, they be getting bougie on you, I swear. I love it. That's my scene.
Man, you moving fast, man. Do you feel like you're moving fast? You've been doing music 2 years. You're doing radio interviews, you doing, you shot a music video overseas too, didn't you?
Yeah, we shot a whole music video. We shot 2 radio shows. One was at the EDM station in Christiania. You know I love them people on Christiania.
How was that, man? How was the Christiania?
You don't want to talk about Christiania.
The scene, man. How was it? You was in the trap, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because it don't feel as gritty as the traps over here. Because like that's what I grew up in over here is like the American ones, but being over there, it's like is a different feeling because it's more organized. Like there's gonna be people watching you when you walk in. There's gonna be people watching you when you walk in. They're on some gang shit at the end of the day, which to me is like, I know it's interesting. You ever been to Christina? It's where is where you could get drugs over in Europe. We were at an EDM station. And those people were crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Those people were crazy. Went to a radio station. We was out there with I was out there. It's like it feels like in Europe. Over here, everyone likes rap. We all want to be rappers. Over there, it seems like they all want to be DJs, and they really like EDM music. EDM is just like the cool thing that they got going on over there. So like, I really love it, honestly, seeing the whole scene of everyone who just likes to turn up and party. I love that, to be honest.
That's real, man. That sounds like a wild. That sounds like it's just a mind-opening experience. Like, you know what I mean? Just being out of your shell. And being able to experience that. Have you did any shows over here in the U.S. before, or?
No.
So you took your talents 2 years into doing this shit and went straight overseas performing? That's wild. Yeah. How was your stage presence?
I think I'm doing better than I deserve, honestly, because I didn't expect it to go so well, to be honest with you. But I guess my music, I always make something different. So I'm thankful and I'm blessed that I got enough songs that are really high energy to last me a whole set list. And like at the end of the day, I feel like my music kind of carried it, and people seem to really, really like it. I couldn't imagine what would happen. I know we're gonna do some shows over here coming up pretty soon. I'm just so curious to what the crowds are gonna be like while I'm over here, because my music really does give people adrenaline, a rage feeling.
So what's
a good amount of it.
What's like your aim? Like, what's your goal in doing music? Like, you know, most people do music because they came from the struggle and they talk about that. And a lot of people do music because they experienced a lot of trauma or was an athlete and just then got hurt. And you know, like, what's your story? Like, what is it about you to even your go-to? Like, make you relatable.
It's therapy. A lot of people, you know, I'm gonna tell people the truth regardless of whatever I'm thinking of or what I should say. At the end of the day, I feel like truth, the best thing I could say or I could talk about. And to be honest with you, it's therapeutic. A lot of people got their journals. A lot of people got their artistic outlets. People have things that they do to pour their emotions into, to get their mind off of things.
This is like your therapy.
Basically. If people got their therapists, I just open up Pro Tools.
Okay, you engineer too, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a man of many talents. Do you have any upcoming shows, any videos? I know you said you just dropped one overseas, coming out. You going back overseas, or like what's going on with the Great Sparks Collective?
It's God's plan. At the end of the day, I don't like to talk about things too much before they actually happen. That's one thing about me that a lot of people, I feel like, don't take after. I just like to constantly get things done and then update as they're getting done. So once something's done, then I'll post about it. Usually I don't even post about things before they happen. I'm sure it won't always be like that. I'm sure at some point I'm going to end up having to hype up a song or something like that. But at the end of the day, I just like the best promo for a song is another song. And when it comes to shows and everything like that, it's all in God's plan. We're going to see. Me and the collective, We just gonna see all the opportunities that come along. Me and Whitey, we was talking about a radio show. I don't know if it's gonna happen. But I really do think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna go well too, because I'm gonna get everything done that needs to happen for it to happen. I'll make sure I get everything done. That's why I like to update you guys as I'm going along. We will probably end up going back to Europe. I know my people in Denmark want to see me. We basically just gonna take everything step at a time. You know, I got the biggest goals, but I'm gonna break them down into smaller steps, and I'm gonna update you every little bit along the way.
Okay, being a male artist from Palatka, Florida, which is such a small town, small like country town, do you think it's in being a male artist that, you know, make your type of music as well too? You think it was harder to make a stamp on, you know, the game, like to really bring yourself out, to get notary? You think it was harder, or like you think you got more slack because, you know, you white, and like how did that work? Like how did that, being like a white rapper as well?
To be honest, I think a lot of success in rap and the world in general is a lot more spiritual than people think it is. I think that, and it's not even I think, I kind of know, because people either blowing up, and it's even, if things that are good are happening to you, it's either going to be the devil or it's God. It's going to be Satan or it's God. And I'm the type of person, I only got one choice. I don't have many options. I'm only going to go with God. So any success I have, I got to credit it to God. A lot of people's successes, they're going to be thanking the devil, for all I know. And it don't really matter to me either, because it don't really apply to me. But for everything that happens, I want to thank God. Being white, I think people are going to judge me off the gate, but I don't mind it, because I kind of understand it. Whenever I see a rapper and he's white, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, he's corny. You know, I'm not even really going to check him out a lot of times. So I really don't blame you, to be honest with you. But usually when somebody listens to one of my songs, it don't matter what song it is, they are on board. A lot of people really like my music for what it is, and I think they're really pleasantly surprised when they see I'm white and then they like the music, which I think is definitely a cool thing. It makes me stand out a little bit, but at the same time, people got a big curve to get over. It's like a big hill, but once they've already gone so far up the hill, they can see what's on top.
What about rap beef? Have you ever had like any rap beef? Or why you laugh? Hey, you ever had any like rap beef? Cause man, the rap it's crucial out here, man. Rap beef is well known.
Well, to be honest with you, I think that rap beef kind of just happens inevitably. It don't matter who you are, really. You're not gonna get around it.
So you done had some rap beef.
You're not gonna get around it. This is the thing. I think it's better for people to work together, because if people are working together, you're gonna do great things. So if you have peers, even people you might not even think are your peers necessarily, but to be honest with you, you need to think they're your peers, because the more people work together, the better it's going to be for everybody. It don't matter if you're working with smaller artists, don't matter if you're working with bigger artists, they all have different effects. I'm sure if that Polo G and Lil TJ song Pop Out was, he had Drake on there or something, it would have hit completely differently. I'm sure if Polo G would have put Young Thug on there, it would have hit completely differently. It probably wouldn't have done as well with it having one of his peers who's Lil TJ on there. And to be honest with you, I had a beef, really only one that I could recall that like was public, and that was one with me and Ego Vert. But I was just being petty at the time too. He just tried to scam me, so I didn't like that.
Eagle virtue.
It didn't even work.
Oh my God.
It didn't even work.
Eagle virtue. I did research on you, so I know your song. Eagle virtue. I don't want to say it. I'm gonna just say it, and then I'm gonna beat it. And when y'all watch this video, it's gonna be beeped out. So let's just say it. Let's sing it together. You ready on 3? 1, 2, 3. Eagle virtue. Eagle virtue.
Okay, this is the thing. This is the thing.
What Eagle Vert did? I don't even know this guy.
Vert, he tried scamming me, but it's okay because I'm not really that hurt. People, you know what I mean? Everybody got their own. Everybody fighting their own demons at the end of the day, so I can't get mad at you for fighting your demons when I got my own demons, but I'm going to just let you know I'm never going to be scamming my fans. That's the easiest way to lose all the people who care about you, you know what I'm saying? Violating their trust. I don't condone the actions, but ain't like I'm mad or nothing. But yeah, you know, I had to do the song on him, capitalize off the opportunity. You used me as a business opportunity. I felt like I needed to use him as a business opportunity because you saw me as just a person you could take $500 from. So I'm going to see you as somebody I could suck up their clout when they try to scam me. So I don't condone my own actions, but that was just my reasoning at the time. But I wouldn't do that in current day.
Okay. That's real. You know what happens, man. Rap is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. A lot of people think it's not a job. This is a real job, man. Like, man, I'm pretty sure you experienced even with being on tour out of the country. You got to get up every day. You got every day it's on the move. You're really not getting sleep. You're doing radio shows, interviews, pictures, freaking videos, freaking rehearsals and shows. It's just an ongoing thing. So, you know, how have the response been from your peers and, you know, close ones about just your new fast-paced success?
I think a lot of them have been really happy for me. I don't know, at the end of the day, I mean, I think a lot of my people have been really happy for me. A lot of my peers, especially in rap, the energy kind of changed, and I'm not going to use it against anybody else, because last time I kind of caught a come up, I wasn't as humble about things, which kind of held me back at the end of the day. I could have done a lot better, and everyone around me could have done a lot better if I would have stayed humble. Because at the end of the day, this world works in a way where it's everybody wins or nobody wins. So I need to do my part, try my best to make sure everybody wins. And even when I'm up, even though people didn't accept me when I was a worse artist, or when I just didn't have as much numbers, basically, or I didn't have enough social proof or whatnot, even though people didn't like me back whenever I wasn't really anything, I'm gonna not hold them to it, and I'm gonna forgive everybody, and I'm gonna make sure I get as much things done as possible, because I don't got time to be having resentment out here, you know what I mean? I don't have time to be doing any of this. I'm gonna make sure I'm working with everybody who wants to work with me, who I like their music good enough, you know, get as much stuff as I can get done out of the way, get it done, because I'm just trying to take every opportunity that comes along. You know, I'm thankful for everything.
That's real, man. So are you charging for features?
A lot of times nowadays, I won't even do features if I don't know you. But I guess if you wanted to pay me for a feature, that would be a better way to get to know me. But I'm gonna get to know anybody I do a song with first, just cause that's how I like to work. I like to work with people I like. I like to work with people I know, rather than just sending songs over Discord with opens on them.
Okay. Well, man, it was a pleasure to have you on the RapDen, man. Do you have any last words to say to the people, your fans, you know, the collective, anybody of that nature? Just go ahead and get it out now, man. Any shout outs, anything.
You already know. It's the collective. You already know what we doing. It's the collective. God gets all the credit. Everything that's been going on. Shout out to my collective. Shout out Whitey. Shout out AJ. Shout out Nate. Shout out Lil Mo. Shout out Sauce Pack. Shout out Damon Slaughter. All my people, my family. We gonna make sure that I'll rephrase it. I'm gonna make sure that I run this year and that your investment of time into me, I'm gonna make the most with it. I'm not gonna waste your time, not gonna waste your money. I'm gonna be a force to be reckoned with, whether you like it or not. But I'm gonna give the credit to God because I'm just a normal person. I got my demons too. I'm still messed up in the head just like everybody else. That's it. Shout out Whitey too. Shout out 6 O'Clock Studios. We in the RapDen interview show.
That's real, man. And the RapDen show, you know, really appreciate you coming on the show and blessing us with your whole journey. And we look forward to seeing you in the next 2 to 3 years and seeing just how far your journey and your EPK has expanded. Man, listen, like I said before, the RapDen is sponsored by Papo's Pop-Up Shop for the Third White chest bleed lotions and CBD oils and exotic pop. Y'all already know what time that is. And also Aloha Liquor Store. Man, listen, we is out.
What's good? I think I typed in the wrong number. Whatever, we at the RapDen interview show. You there?
You know I don't hate you no matter how hard you gon' try. I know it's been a long time, you lost your feelings. They died, they've been waiting, trying to take my girl, she mine. Gotta get out of this place, goodbye. We get it, understand my